Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. Rebecca's doing the crew. Today is Friday, I know, so our craft video is going up a little bit late. I apologize. We had some tornado warnings. We were hiding out and then the internet kept going out due to the weather. And so the video just didn't get done in time. If you follow my community post, you'll know if a video is running late and why. I try to be diligent about letting you guys know what's going on. So I appreciate your patience. So let's go over our supplies list first. We'll need one of these welcome signs from Dollar Tree. These wood planks. We'll need some Jenga blocks and some different flowers of your choice. We're going to use the white, blush pink, some sage green, and rust. Those are the colors that we chose. Those are going to match my daughter's wedding. She just got engaged. We're also going to be using some of this floral wire from Dollar Tree, some moss green paint, a paintbrush. We'll need some of these large craft sticks, and we are also going to need some scissors, some hot glue, and then I ended up using the Gorilla Glue super glue. You don't have to use that, but I do find it helps glue wire or like metal a little bit easier. The hot glue sometimes cools down a little bit too fast to have a nice long-term hold. So let's get crafty. The first thing we're going to do is take our extra large craft sticks, and we're going to use 2 of those to start, and we're going to put those behind the welcome sign. Now you can skip this part if you don't want to put anything behind the welcome sign. We're trying to tie in all the colors of the wedding, and so that's why we chose to use the green and the craft sticks behind the word welcome. This will be over by the guest book. We thought that would be really cute, and we are going to make some larger ones for centerpieces. So all we do here is we're going to take our pencil and we're going to draw on the inside and outside of the wire frame. That's going to show us where to cut these wood pieces down so they look like they were just sitting in the back of the word without any hangover in the back. So you're just going to cut these down with some scissors. And then you'll do the second piece. And before you glue these together, you do want to position them back together, put the wire wreath form back on top, and make sure you have those in the correct order. So now we're going to take a third craft stick, cut the ends off, and that is going to actually work as a brace to help hold these together on the back. So what I did is I flipped the 2 craft sticks over, and I'm going to take some hot glue and put a bead of the glue right down the center between the 2 sticks that are pushed together as close as I could get them. And then take just a scrap piece of wood from one of the craft sticks you cut and use that to help get the glue right down into those spaces there and really get a nice tight seal between the 2 pieces of wood. So now we're going to take that third piece, which is the brace for the back, and we're just going to put some more hot glue on there and then flip it over and put that right in the middle so that it holds both pieces of wood together and just makes it a little bit more secure. Once we know that's dry and it's holding, we just flip it over, and I do check the wire wreath frame one more time to make sure it is sitting properly. So once that's done, what we are going to do is just start painting that piece of wood so that it has time to dry while we move on to another piece. So we're just going to paint this with the Waverly Moss Green paint, and we do the edges as well as the back once it's all dry. Now that it's dry, we're going to put that back underneath of the frame, and I'm taking a pencil and marking right where that wood piece is going to sit. And this will help me line the wood up just a little bit quicker because that Gorilla Glue will start to set up in 10 seconds. So we need to move kind of quickly. So this is the gel glue. I do like it a lot because it doesn't run all over the place. Usually I end up sticking my fingers together if I have the super glue that doesn't have the gel. So I highly recommend the gel brand. And you do have enough time to work with it. You don't have to move too fast. You just don't want to go too slow. So now we're just going to go ahead and line this up with those little lines that I drew earlier. It really helps a lot to help you position these into place. And we're going to use some Dollar Tree clamps to hold this together while it's drying and just to make sure we have a nice tight seal. If you don't have the clamps, you can use clothespins if you have those. If you don't have that, you can use like chip clips, really anything you can do to clip it together. If you don't have any of those, just set something heavy on top of it to help get a nice tight seal. And like I said, it dries pretty quickly, but let it set up for just a little while there. So now we're going to take these 2 crafter square wood planks and we're going to glue those together just using some hot glue. As you can see, I have them stuck together already. And then we're going to start building our base. So we're going to take the wreath frame and we're going to stand it up right in the center where we're going to want to attach this to the wood. And then taking our pencil again, we're just going to draw along the front and the back of that wire so we know where this is going to be sitting. So now we're going to take one of those tower block game pieces and we're going to line that up right on the line for the back of the frame. And we are going to go ahead and hot glue that, put it right on that line there. And then we won't put the second piece on until we're ready to put the whole frame together. So this is just the beginning piece. And what we're going to do is just paint this with the moss green paint. Again, you could really use any color paint. Again, you can just stain it. You can leave it natural wood color, make it yours however you like. We're just using this color scheme. And we did do around the edges as well with the paint. We didn't paint the bottom, however. You can paint the bottom if you want to, but we didn't find it was necessary. So you want to paint that other Jenga block as well and let that dry. So now that the wood has dried, we're going to start putting this base together. So we're just going to turn this around so that that Jenga block is towards the back. And then we're going to make sure that the frame is sitting level. So because it has a word on it, you want to make sure it's pretty level or as straight as you can get it before you glue that into place. So just lift it up a little bit, put some hot glue right down along the edge of that brace and a little bit more for the Jenga block. And then once you get the wreath frame down, make sure it's level and then put that other Jenga block on and squeeze it as tight as you could get it so that it will stand up when you let go with your other hand. And then just hold those in place for a second while they dry. And then just for some extra added protection and make sure it's not going to come apart as someone picks it up by the top, then what we're going to do is just fill in that little space between the Jenga blocks and the wreath frame with some extra hot glue and just kind of bring it right up to the top edge of those 2 wood blocks. So let that dry the rest of the way and then start putting your flowers together. So I just pulled a bunch of different little pieces of flowers off of other flowers that I had, some little blush colored pink berry garland, and I just grab that all together and then wrap it with some of the floral wire to connect them all together on this one piece here. So once we have that one done, I made one exactly like it for the other side. So we're going to do one on the left and one on the right, and we're just going to secure that with some hot glue right in the center and right on top of that space between the tower blocks. So that's going to help hide the space. It's going to help hide the little blocks that we put there and just blend it all in together. So you're going to go ahead and glue the second piece on. And as you can see, I did leave a space right in the center. That's so I can put some larger flowers in the middle there. There's lots of options you could do here. You could use a little tiny glass votive and use a battery operated candle if you like right in the center. That would be really pretty. Maybe some of the like little hearts or something that also would be cute there, but we just chose to use the flowers. So we did the flowers all along the bottom, just kept building it up as we went along. And then we had these branches with the gold glitter and pearls on it. We picked that up at Hobby Lobby. So first I secured it to the side. I just kind of cut it down to size and then I secured it to the side with this green floral wire, and it really was noticeable. At least I noticed it. It was kind of bothering me. So I ended up going and finding some of the wired bow thread that you can get. They sell it in like silver and in gold, and it's got a wire in it, but it's got some shimmering gold color to it, and that blended in a lot better. So I ended up securing the branches here with that gold bow wire that you can pick up. And again, if you don't have that, you can use some clear thread. Sometimes they have like that plastic clear thread. You could use that. You could use just regular thread and like a yellowish gold color that would blend in, and just tie it all around the top there to make sure that it stays in place. You don't really want to use a bunch of hot glue. It would be too noticeable. So this is the whole thing completely done. I absolutely love how this turned out. We're going to be making larger ones out of hula hoops. I'm excited to see how those turn out for different centerpieces for the table. So if you like this video, I do usually post crafting videos every Thursday, and we post what is new at the Dollar Tree videos every Friday. So please come back and check those out. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Again, thank you for your patience. And here are some other videos from our channel you might also enjoy. And make sure you check back in just a little while, because today's Dollar Tree video will be going out shortly. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.